All right, now we're going to move into another practice speaking for part number 1 or task 1. This is practice set B. You've just completed practice set A, so you should be familiar with the instructions. However, I'm going to go over the instructions again very briefly in case anybody did not do set A and they went directly to set B. So, first thing, don't look at the screen. On the real exam, you will not be able to see the questions. The questions will appear momentarily on the screen for me to read the question. You should not be looking at the screen. Turn the computer away from you. Listen to my voice. I'm going to say the question, and then you immediately go ahead and give your answer. Now, we're simulating the real exam. This means that you only are going to be able to answer in 2 to 3 sentences and then stop. I will only give you about 25 to 30 seconds to give your answer. Then I'll say stop, move on to the next question. And you'll hear me say the next question. Give your answer. Okay? Now, what I think is a great idea for you, because this is really about your self-evaluation, right? I'm giving you the ability to really simulate test questions and look at what you're doing. So record what you're doing. Record yourself or use a speech-to-text software. They're great, both options. Speech-to-text software will write down what you're saying. That way you can look back at it and say, you know what? I didn't use right grammar. I didn't use correct grammar there. I should have done this better for my fluency. You can really look back at yourself and improve, especially if you have a study partner. You and your study partner can do that together. And finally, practice, 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 practice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, here I'm going to ask you more than normally if they ask you about jobs, it might be 1 or 2 questions. I'm going to ask you just 5 or 6 questions just to give you a lot of practice with just answering questions, okay? So the way it's going to work, you should have your speech-to-text software set up and running. The way it's going to work is questions going to appear on the screen. You shouldn't be looking at the screen. Question will appear on the screen. I'm going to say the question, and then I'm going to give you 30 seconds to answer. Then I'm going to move on to I'm going to say stop, move on to the next question. You'll hear me say it, and you answer, okay? All right. What kind of job do you do? Stop. Next question. Can you describe your job? Stop. Next question. What do you like most about it? Stop. Next question. What is the interesting part of your job? Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Do you prefer to work in a team or alone? Okay, let's move on to the next set of questions. Let's talk about music. So in this set of questions, we're going to talk about music. I'm going to ask you 4 questions about music. Make sure that you're not looking at the screen. I'll say the question and give you 30 seconds to give your answer. Let's get started. Do you like music? Next question. What kind of music do you listen to? Okay, next question. Stop. When do you listen to music? Did you like the same kind of music as in childhood? I'll repeat that one. I didn't say please stop. Did you like the same kind of music as in childhood? Okay, please stop. Let's move on to the next questions. Let's talk about perfume. So for this topic, we're going to talk about perfume. I'm going to ask you the question, give you 30 seconds to respond, then move on to the next question. You should be using a speech-to-text software. Question 1. Do you like perfume? Please stop. Next question. Do you use perfume often? Next question, please stop. Have you ever given someone perfume as a gift? Please stop. Next question. Would you like to spend more on perfume? Please stop. We're going to move on to the next set of questions. In this next set of questions, we're going to talk about wild animals. Wild animals. Question 1. Have you ever seen any wild animals? Stop. Next question. What is your favorite wild animal? Okay. Next question, please stop. Where do you usually see them? Okay, please stop. Next question. Do you like seeing them in a zoo? Okay, let's move on. Thank you very much for participating. I hope this was helpful for you. And I hope that you really are using the recording or really the speech-to-text software so that you can really look back on what you said, look for where you could have used synonym language, look for ways you could have used a higher level of grammar. Really try to self-improve. Okay? Thank you for participating, and I'll talk to you soon.